beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your Tarot and Oracle card reading for December 2025. I am Teresa, Doctor of Metaphysics and Mystic, here to illuminate your path. So we are going to do a soul path reading for you for December to see where you're going, what supports you, what challenges you, get some advice from Spirit, and then we'll pull some Oracle cards as well. God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth, clarity, and wisdom to this reading for the Gemini family and help Gemini navigate to their highest and most blessed timeline. Thank you, Spirit. So Gemini, lately, you've been getting some really intense readings, like about light versus darkness, overcoming like lifelong challenges, major healing, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm expecting a pretty intense reading for you, and hopefully one that brings a lot of ease and comfort and relief. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So at the bottom of the decks, you have the Moon card and the Hermit card. This is wisdom, you know. This is definitely finding your intuition, the place within you where you can tap into your intuition more easily and share that knowledge, Hermit card, more freely. You know, feels like also could be a sense of isolation. You know, the Hermit is isolated, but it's because it's lonely at the top of the mountain. You know, not everybody makes it to the top of the mountain. There's an ascension energy. And a lot of times when we grow, the people around us or the situations around us don't mesh with our new reality. And so that could be the situation for a lot of you. And with the Moon card, this is internal energy as well. You know, so this could just be you holding space for yourself, you know, holding your own peace, going within for a period. And also there's like a sense of lunacy. With the Hermit and the Moon together, this feels like a little bit of lunacy, and not bad, you know, because the moon is named Luna, right? And in the full moon phases, that's when a lot of people, you know, that's when the emergency rooms get busy and the local jails get busy and that kind of thing. You know, people get very, very emotional and act out of sorts. And the Hermit can be seen as a very unpredictable, kind of, what do I want to say? Quirky and wily kind of energy, right? And the moon is lunacy. So it's like you doing your own thing, going your own way, being your own person in spite of what other people might think. They may not be understanding you right now, you know. So there's a lot there. We'll get clarity as we look at your path, all right? So the path ahead is Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, and the Star. That's a pretty nice path. Beautiful Gemini. All right, so the Star is healing, right? And it's also being seen. It's standing on a stage. It's receiving guidance and being a guide as well. You with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck and the Star card, you know, you could be showing others the way, showing others the path to their spirituality, to ascend, you know. I love it. And Queen of Pentacles is creating something beautiful in this world. It's mothering the future to life. You know, it's gestating the future and practicing manifestation, really. You know, and the Chariot is focusing on what you want, not on what you don't want. You know, and it's not just focusing on it, but it's being very, very willful and very specific with your thoughts, words, and deeds, so that only what it is that matches what your intentions are, that's what you're giving your energy to. If it doesn't help you to manifest whatever it is that the Queen of Pentacles is trying to manifest right now, you're not going to be giving a lot of energy to it, you know? If you have friends that are like, hey, come out and party with us, and you're trying to grow your business in some way, or you are trying to, grow a family in some way with the Queen of Pentacles, that definitely could be, then you're just not going to be making time for that. And, good for you. I would say that's true with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, The Chariot also is like graduated and ascended in some way, right? And the Hermit has ascended the mountain. So it feels like you are moving up, beautiful Gemini, this month. Now the star is clarified with the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is alignment with your higher self, but it could also be alignment with others. This could be healing in a relationship. This is not a love reading. I can tell by the cards here, but there definitely could be love for you. And if it is, this love is healing, and or it is being healed with the Star card. Also though, with the Star card and the Two of Cups, whatever it is that you're shining your light about or bringing healing, and there really is a lot of healing with the Two of Cups clarifying the Star, but whatever that is, that you are showing others in some way, it helps them to align with their higher selves. And as does the Hermit's lamp. It feels like you're a spiritual teacher, a lot of you. That's definitely one possibility here. And then the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Swords. So the Queen of Pentacles, that growing your future, creating something new and beautiful. The Six of Swords is taking you to a more peaceful place. So it feels like in that creative process, you're finding your peace. And also that creative process is manifesting something that brings peace. Peace and creativity are working together here for you. The Six of Swords is after a mental conflict. The Five of Swords, you find mental clarity about what it is that you value now and what the truth is of your life. So illusion kind of washes away. And when that happens, we move away from things that, lies, anything that's disillusioning, that kind of thing, like vampiric energy. But, for some reason, I just keep getting the energy of lies, So after finding the truth, right, you move away from what was lying to you. I mean, that's as simple as I can put it. And those are the only words that are coming to me, beautiful Gemini. So that's, for a lot of you, it's a very specific message, but it is what it is. And then with the Chariot card, you have the Four of Discs, which is the Four of Pentacles. This is safety and security, and also, interestingly, beautiful Gemini, this mountain here, you can see a little, hopefully this focuses in, a little monastery up here in the mountain. That literally is where the Hermit lives. If you read the guidebook that goes to this tarot deck, the Mariel Tarot, this is where the Hermit lives. So it feels like staying home, going home, and keeping, again, your own company. And this is clarifying the Chariot card. Like, you are kicking some energies out of your life, or you're moving away from some energies, and you are finding peace at home or peace within instead. Okay? And that's good, because that is going to feed your Queen of Pentacles energy and move you into the future that you want. And then what supports you on this path, you have Hierophant clarified by the Knight of Cups. So you have both the Hermit and the Hierophant in your reading. The Hierophant connects you to spirit, and the Hermit connects you to spirit. It feels like you are closer to spirit than ever. With the Knight of Cups, this is very active heart chakra energy. Like, you could be feeling closer to spirit than you have for a long time, or in a long time. And also I want to point out, this Knight of Cups, he has a labyrinth that he needs to navigate. And the Hierophant is showing you the way to navigate a labyrinth. So this is supporting you. It feels like you have to navigate change. You have to navigate things. And Spirit is showing you how to do it. You know, you're following your emotional guidance system. Oh, it doesn't feel right this way. I'm going to turn that. Okay, this way feels right. Oh, now I got to turn. It doesn't feel right that way. Turn around and go that way. You know, literally following your emotional guidance system with the Knight of Cups. And the Hermit here is pointing at a rock shaped like a heart. And that heart is going to guide you into the center of the labyrinth. So follow your heart to navigate the labyrinth. You know, I mean, this is pretty blatant. So your strong intuition, your strong ability with the moon here to connect to Spirit, to understand your dreams, to see signs and synchronicities all around you, to hear that still small voice, and to follow your instincts as well, because the moon has a lot to do with instincts as well, is helping you to navigate change so that you will go to the right place. And then clarifying the Knight of Cups, you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very, very wise, very, very smart, and clever, witty, wise, all the things. You know, he is the master of his mind and a mastermind. So the King of Swords clarifying the Knight of Cups is saying that you have the wisdom and the clarity to navigate change and to find your way to wherever it is that you're trying to go. You know, you're trying to go somewhere, trying to do something. With the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like you're making something, you know, and that a lot of you want to be seen with the star. You know, you will be seen. And then the Hierophant is clarified with the Page of Cups. So the Hierophant is follow your heart, and the Page of Cups is follow your heart. You know, he's on a ship and he's about to set sail to his future. His hopes and dreams are all ahead of him, and he's doing this in spite of what other people told him, because he knows, he believes, he trusts that his destiny is out there and he's following where it leads him. So your willingness to take action based on what you feel is very supportive of you right now. You know, it feels like you really trust Spirit because you can hear Spirit very closely right now. And I want to say something else, that the Hierophant here, he's got a very, very active crown chakra. You can see that. And the King of Swords has all those feathers going into his head. Same energy, right? Those feathers, I don't know if you can see this, but there's words all around those feathers. Words is an anagram of sword. You know, your words are powerful, and words become things. In the beginning was the Word, and from the Word were all things made. So your words are manifesting. You know, this is in your support row right now. So, you know, your content that you create, the things that you write and the things that you say are going to be very potent and creative this month. All right. So I would say he's a prolific creator, by the way. The King of Swords is a prolific content creator. So the more you create at this time, the better it will be. Okay. And then what challenges you at this time is the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is imposter syndrome. It's feeling like you're not good enough. It's feeling like you're not worthy. You know, the Seven of Swords, you can see, is very, very worthy. He is a spirit guide. He is a stag that is bright white, which means he is pure and holy and divine, and so are you. And he's got this giant crown chakra open, right? He's receiving a lot of messages from Spirit, and he's got the moon there, like strong intuition, and it shows maturity. It shows the maturity of the hermit, you know. It shows spiritual maturity. And that's why it's a spirit guide. If you see a white stag in the woods, you follow it, and it will lead you to your destiny. You know, when you're lost in the woods, you see a white stag and it shows you the way home, the labyrinth. So, but sadly, when you're looking in your reflection in the water here, you see a little brown doe, Like it's like not at all full grown. It's not white and pure. It doesn't have a rack. It's just a child, and it doesn't feel ready. It doesn't feel good enough to put itself out there and be seen. So for a lot of you, that's what's getting in the way. That's a very big challenge, beautiful Gemini, when it's paired with the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, in the traditional Rider-Waite version, is blindfolded and tied up, surrounded by swords sticking out of the earth. So she's afraid to move, Honestly, like if this is an illusion, neither one, and that's why they're so potent. That's why the Seven of Swords and Eight of Swords are so difficult sometimes, because they're not real. And so it's lies we tell ourselves. I knew that there was lie energy that I was getting. I was talking about the Six of Swords after the Five of Swords. It could just be like you have a voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. And this could be a voice from childhood. This could be a voice from family, or just some type of messaging that you've picked up along the way. You are waking up to that. And as soon as you wake up to it, you realize it's not true. And you become the Six of Swords, going to a place or a land, a reality, a situation that vibes with you more and brings you peace. Okay. But with the Eight of Swords, you feel helpless. You feel blindfolded, and you feel like this guy down here in the water, surrounded by swords and unable to move, right? But these are clarified. The King of Wands clarifies the Eight of Swords, and the King of Wands is extremely bold, extremely powerful, super potent, right? So it feels like that King of Wands energy is saying, this is the truth of who you are. I am the master of my body, of my energy, of my fire, of my passions, right? Nothing can stop me. In the Eight of Swords, you feel like everything can stop you. But you see the eagle here at the top of the Eight of Swords. With clarity and getting perspective from on high, like an eagle, you can see truly what's going on, and you can navigate change better. You can navigate your situation so much easier, and it just feels like really you just have to trust that you are that one. You are the one, The Seven of Swords says you are the one. And I it's just in whatever way, take it as it resonates. But you are the one you've been looking for. You are the change that you've been looking for. And then the Seven of Swords is clarified with the Queen of Discs. And you have the Queen of Pentacles here. So you have, and the Queen of Discs is the Queen of Pentacles. So you have the Queen of Pentacles twice in your reading. Very creative, very fertile, And for whatever reason, she is in your, she is clarifying your Seven of Swords. It tells me that you may not feel confident in being a creatrix or a creator of your future. Like you may not trust your creation. You may not think that people will like your creation, or that they'll follow it or listen to it or value it with the Queen of Pentacles. But that's not true. The Queen of Pentacles in this deck is crying tears of diamonds, because diamonds take a long time to make. And what they require is time and pressure. And because of all the time and pressure behind what has made you who you are, that's what makes you the stag. That's what makes you worthy to lead in some way. That's what makes you the beautiful guide that you are. That's what gives you the hermit's lamp. That's what's helped you to ascend the mountain. Time and pressure, beautiful Gemini. So just know that you are worthy, that you are love-loving and lovable, that you are that person, that guide, that change in the world because of what you've been through. And then your advice cards is the Ten of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. So the Ten of Wands is like, do the work, keep going, don't drop the ball. definitely, interestingly, because the Two of Pentacles is a juggling energy, you know? So it's like you could be asked to pick up more shifts at work or more responsibilities in some way. Or you could be inspired or for some reason need to multitask more or do more, and you're being told to do it. Because the Ten of Wands is a lot of work, a lot of work. You know, it's like, I can't do this for long kind of energy. And that's the juggling of the Two of Pentacles. You're about to pick up another ball. You're about to be challenged again, you know, and you're going to have to hold your positioning for a minute and hold your breath, I want to say. But you can do that. You can do that. You are ready for that, okay? The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Discs. So picking up that other pentacle, picking up that other ball and juggling it is literally, quite literally, what Spirit is telling you to do. And that's going to make you very good, like at creating whatever it is that you're creating. You know, you have the Queen of Pentacles twice. You are creating something. And this is speaking directly to that. Spirit wants you to do more. Like if you are creating content, create more content. More. Okay? Clearly, that is your main advice here. And then the Sun card clarifies the Ten of Wands. And the Sun is bright, illuminated, free, open, welcoming, warm. It's happy. You know, it's joyful. It's the happiest card in the tarot. And it's a lit up solar plexus chakra energy. And you could see his solar plexus chakra lit up right here. And the cross, these wands are emanating from his solar plexus chakra. You've got what it takes. You have the energy. Spirit's going to give you that energy. Spirit is the bear behind here. You know, it's like footprints in the sand. Why is there only one set of footprints? Because I was carrying you. Spirit is carrying you. Don't give up right now. I wanted to say, don't wuss out. That's what I wanted to say. Like, this is your moment, you know? And, you know, the Three of Discs with the Sun card, you're going to be so happy. Like when this manifests, you're going to be so happy. You've got so much behind this Three of Disc energy, whatever it is that you are creating. This is like giving birth to a child. And when we conceive of something in our mind, we conceive of it in our belly, kind of, you know, like we become pregnant with that possibility. It's like conceiving a child. And and with the Sun card, this is something that you love very much, or you're going to love very much. So this is extremely promising. Okay. Let's see what else we have for you, beautiful Gemini. All right. Oh, I love it. Okay. So you have guardians of the land, protection, and it reminds me of that bear that has your back with the Ten of Wands. Mystic meadow sanctuary. So again, with the Hermit and the Moon, this is real internal energy. Like, you know, I would say keeping your own company right now makes a lot of sense instead of, you know, doing a lot of socializing. If you're putting yourself out in any way, it should just be to shine your lantern. And then Spirit Guardian of Spring activation could be that in springtime, whatever it is that you are working on is going to fully manifest. But also, Spirit Guardian of Spring activation feels a lot like that solar plexus chakra as well. Like you are being activated, the match is being lit, you know. And this is a maypole, so this is well, it's over there now. which definitely makes me feel like it will be springtime, but it's a maypole, so it's like working together with people, and the Three of Discs is working together with people, like teamwork makes the dream work. And then you have Dove Spirit, be peaceful, and choose peace. You know, like don't spend your time in energy that's not peaceful. You have Six of Swords, which is going to a more peaceful situation, a more peaceful place. Spirit wants that for you. And then Moth Spirit, surrender. Surrender now. So, Moth spirit surrender just tells me, and Moth also goes to the light, but surrender is just like surrender to your destiny, surrender to your truth. Don't hide anymore. With the Seven of Swords, it can be scary to put yourself out there, but you're being told to do that. And with healing, you have the beautiful star with the Two of Cups, that healing energy requires surrender as well. So thank you so much for being here, beautiful Gemini. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.